making pretty quick work of these, all things considered. The controlled chaos seems to be working pretty well. Oh my gosh, Hello everyone and welcome to Neo Tokyo Plays. I am NXG DrKepper, just a lowly outer citizen trying to make his way into the hallowed halls of the Inner Citadel. And today, we are playing Big Time. Big Time is set in a world where humanity is on the brink of extinction. From a gaming perspective, Big Time is a third-person MMORPG dungeon crawler game. And what I mean by that is you level up your character by yourself or with friends, gaining new abilities, getting stronger stats, and more gear by entering procedurally generated dungeons with random environments, objectives, and enemies to make each instance completely unique. MMO veterans will find the game has similar mechanics to World of Warcraft. Why don't we jump into the beginning and tell you how to get started playing this game. How to get started is you will first need to acquire a game code, but the good news is it should be pretty easy to acquire a game code. Once you've acquired your code, you can go to the website and download the game. That will install the Open Loot launcher, which is actually kind of Big Time's hub for all of their games that they're developing. Well, the studio's games that they're developing. So the Open Loot launcher, once you install it, will look something like this. You'll have to click Big Time and install it. Once it's finally ready, you can click play now and that'll launch the game. Alright, now you're loading into Big Time. You'll first get this acknowledgement that basically just says it's an early access game, there could be bugs. When you click acknowledge, you'll get to go to the server selector. Click play and you should load in. And now you are into Big Time. Welcome to Time's End. This is the main social hub of Big Time. It is a pretty giant map where there's different biomes and places to explore. In the social district, you can run and explore and find dungeons to enter that correspond to your level, either by yourself or with a group. But if you're just starting the game, you'll have to choose between one of 4 starting classes. Your class in this game is determined by which pocket watch you have equipped. The Chronomancer is essentially the mage class, so they're the AoE, shoots spells, not very tanky, can't heal, it's just your raw range damage. Each class will have their own specific skill tree that's based off of your pocket watch. As you level up, you'll be able to unlock each of these skills, which give you your abilities. One other thing that I really like about Big Time is the customization for your class. I don't particularly like this fireball spell, so I didn't get it. In order to change your class, you can do it actually at any time by just finding a pocket watch that has the class that you want to play. So the next class we'll talk about is the Time Warrior. This is your typical tanky, melee upfront damage dealer. They typically have a weapon, sometimes a shield. They've got abilities such as taunt. They've got things like caltrops that explode. Play them damage dealer and be a frontline meleeer and smack people with your axe and use your kicks and stuff. The next timeline we'll talk about is the Shadow Blade. The Shadow Blade is kind of like your rogue. They can be on the front line with daggers attacking, but they also can kind of lurk in the shadows and shoot from afar, just like your typical rogue from D&D. And last but not least, you have your Quantum Fixer. Quantum Fixers are your healers of the group. They are the one that's keeping everyone alive, so they have spells like direct healing or auras to do kind of AoE healing. They also have utility spells to maybe distract and make people take less damage, or buffing spells like aura gates that when placed on the ground, when people run through them, they get a buff to their different stats. This game is kind of all about choosing your playstyle, and if you want to be kind of a healer damagey hybrid, there's ways to kind of make that work. I think that I'm going to choose a Shadowblade pocket watch because I've never played Shadowblade before and it seems fun to learn. Now, I'm looking a little bit naked, so I think I'm going to run and grab me some starting gear from the starting vendor. So I need a shirt. I need a headpiece. Put some legs on. I think Shadow blades typically use these dual edge weapons. Alright. Now, before we run off to start a dungeon, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my daily quests. Before going to the dungeon though, let's take a quick pit stop at my own personal metaverse. Everybody gets a free metaverse in the game where they have a chest to store in-game items. But you can buy NFTs or rent them to get space to add to your metaverse. Now that we're in my home, you can see my personal metaverse. The spaces are fully customizable, so you can determine the layout and you can add onto it more rooms with other spaces or craftable locations like this Time Warden or this forge that allows you to craft weapons, this armory which allows you to craft armor. The last craftable location is the Time Warden. Time Warden is basically how you get big time tokens. But I think that's enough talk. I am now definitely in the mood to go kick some butt inside of a dungeon. So let's try and find one that matches our level. Alright, let's go find ourselves a dungeon. So we are level 1, which means we don't have too many options. Yes, the fish dungeon. So this one's 3 to 4. I think we're gonna test our luck and let's go ahead and get in there. Normally if you're in a group, you'd have everybody have to wait at that little portal thing, but I'm leveling by myself. I got this. It looks like the random enemy type that we're up against are bugs. So I'm going to mostly be using melee attacks because I'm, you know, like a rogue rather than abilities. The melee attacks are kind of fun in this game in that there's kind of a sequence to it where you can see when the green light hits that it hits this like attack sequence where each one is stronger than the last. And so the other thing that's different about an MMO like WoW is you actually have to hit them. You know, if that enemy's too far away, I'm just gonna miss. Like I won't run up and hit it. Like I can miss my abilities if I'm not close enough. If I'm aiming that way and it's a ranged ability, it'll miss. So it's kind of a fun like added bonus for people who are skilled at video games. Whereas you know in a lot of MMOs you just have to hit the target the guy and hit the spell. It just makes it a little bit more interactive, a little bit more exciting. Man, my sweet leg takes a while to recharge, but leveling up doesn't. So now that I've leveled up, I get to choose another ability. Alright, let's put my backstab ability here. And now you can see my backstab ability actually will break blue shields, so if we run into any of those, we won't have an issue. Ooh. Pots to break, very reminiscent of Zelda. Got him. I guess I have a bleed ability somehow. But you can find items in here like I just did, so that's a tree of life that heals you. These little shrines increase your stats, so now I've got better accuracy. My objective for the dungeon on the right side is to locate the Cyber Pirate raiding party. Oh, and there they are. You can see them on the map in the top right hand corner. That there's a little red arrow indicating an objective. So here they're at. That's kind of a lot, but hopefully I'm able to take them out. And we level up again. Nice. For completing the quest objective, we get this rare chest. Looks like we've got some gold, some pants that are better. I don't need a shield. I'm a damage dealer, baby. I'll take Ninja Leap though. I like jumping around. So how does this thing work? Oh, okay. So I just leap forward. Got it. All right. So we got a fire trap up ahead, which I quite like because they're it's kind of like a WoW mechanic. You know, you basically don't get hit by the poop and dodge abilities. So I'm gonna try and and kill out these monsters. And I could kill that fire trap, but it'll take a long time. That's a lot of health. You know, it's got 750 health while these other monsters had just a little bit. So I think I'll just run through here and... Oh, got ambushed. But that's okay. More XP for me, and also chest. Let's make our map bigger by pressing Q here. Yeah, I think this is the only way we can go, so yep, it's looping around. More enemies to kill, more legs to sweep. More turrets to not dodge their abilities. That's the other thing that's cool too, is, you know, a lot of these monsters, they have accuracy too, right? So like, if they shoot at me and miss, I don't take the damage, you know? So their abilities can be dodged as well. They're not guaranteed to hit, unlike, you know, some other MMOs, like WoW. Sweep of the leg. I just realized I haven't used my backstab ability once, so that's not particularly smart. How do I actually do it? Do I have to actually be behind him? I think I do, so that's going to be a little bit hard solo. Let me backstab you. Okay, I don't think this is working. That's fine. We can kill you the old-fashioned way with our axes. Sweet. I'm starting to get a little bit low in health. Oh, that's fun. Looks like there might be a little bit of an issue. Let's switch to our other weapon then. We haven't brought this thing out. Ooh. Nice big hammer. Starting to get a little bit low on health. Alright. We've got 3 monsters that we have to kill for the Horde, but it looks like he brought along some friends. I'm gonna try and take out this mage here. Ooh. While dodging abilities. That looked scary. Okay, the mage is running. Sweep the leg. We're about to take out that big bad boy. And the only thing we have left to kill... We could kill that, but it's not part of the mission objective, so we'll just take out the mage. Why are you running? And bam! Completed the dungeon. So we got a bunch of loot, as well as some legs, which we already have. This head's maybe a bit better. I'll go ahead and pick those up, even though I can't wear them, because maybe I can in a bit. Same with these gloves. And that was our first big time dungeon. Let's go back to Time's End. We got a portal here from our party to take us to the dungeon. Looks like they've already found a dungeon for us too. And we're already off to the races. You know, you want to make sure that you can break all the different shield types. Lagging a bit. That's okay. Let's get in there and start throwing our AoEs down. I'm on my Chronomancer, which is the basically mage class, who has really strong AoEs. So, a lot of the early parts of the game, I'm also still a mage, so I don't tank very well. Gotta run away when things target me. Yeah. Get off me! Oh my gosh, it's so hard to beat through this monster's regen. Just trying to auto them down so I don't have to spend mana. And now they're running away, I'm missing. There we go. we started this bastion capture point up. So the goal of this little like mini game is to stay inside of the circle in order to capture it, like capturing the flag. But you can see it's kind of moving a little bit. There's AoE going on that you have to avoid. If monsters come in, you capture at a slower rate. But we seem to be doing pretty well. We have a lot of damage here, which is good. You can see the monsters running over there because the healer uses something called decoy, which basically taunts all the monsters. Kind of throw our AoEs down over by the decoy. This is kind of what that's a healing sword. This is kind of what I like about Big Time is the ability for people to customize their class. You know, not every healer would have a decoy, but it can be pretty useful, especially when you got strong AoE. Oh man, we're about to aggro these monsters because the portal's moving over there a little bit that we have to stand in. Luckily, they're all running towards the decoy and ignoring me, or else I'd probably die. Oh no, I'm taking a lot of damage. Good thing we have two healers. I almost died there. Alright. Oh no, I went down. Oh, and the healer got me right back up. I also like the death system in this game quite a lot. Like, you know, in WoW, when you die, you kind of have to just wait for the fight to be over. It's like a raid. But in this, people can be brought right back up, and anybody can res. It's just most of the time you have to spend time waiting to pick them up. Healers have an instant res, so they have a benefit, which makes sense with their healing class. But But again, they don't necessarily need to take that instant revive. I'm getting a little bit low on mana, but we just finished the mission. So, on to the next mission objective. We'll start, and this is where it could get a bit chaotic. Here we go. Kind of a nice giant arena for the final fight. Looks like we're going left first. These guys can't move, so my way right there. And I need to stay out of harm's way, I think. Shot. An AoE too. Oh. I've been shot. It's AoE. Making pretty quick work of these, all things considered. The controlled chaos seems to be working pretty well. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of balls. Get both of them. Oh! I died right as I got to him. Alright, 2 up. Another 1 up. We're back in business. Keep getting shot. Oh. They went up and killed the rest of the monsters that were required, so... Looks like we're done with this dungeon and get our loot. Let's see what's in this crate. Looks like some giant epic bags, but that was quite a bit of fun. Alright, so now we are back in Time's End. Let's do a little wrap-up of Big Time. What I like about Big Time is it's the first real MMORPG in Web3 that I've played where you can actually level up and play with friends in dungeons and get loot. It feels very much like it can evolve into WoW. With that said, I've had a lot of fun playing Big Time today. Thank you so much for watching Neo Tokyo Plays. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to learn more about the best gaming crypto projects from the premier crypto gaming Illuminati. I've been NXG DrKepper. Thanks. Have fun.